Hi guys, I'm Rick. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm making roast pork with a maple and mustard glaze in my Ninja 3-in-1 cooking system. Alright, I'm going to start by making my glaze from my pork roast. Now this calls for real maple syrup. If you can't get that, I guess maple flavored pancake syrup will work, but try to get this. Now it calls for a cup, and this here is a cup and a half, so I'm just going to eyeball this. Take a look at that. Alright, that looks good. Now it also calls for 2.5 tablespoons of soy sauce. I got my measuring spoons. 1, 2, and I'm going to stop there because the first one got a little heavy on the pour. And this also calls for 2.5 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. So there's 1, 2, and I'm just going to eyeball a half. Okay. And it takes 4 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. Let me get this down in here. 1. Now, these are a little heaping, so I'm just going to do 3 because that's probably about 4. Maybe that little swoosh in there to get it out of there. Alright. Now this also calls for salt and pepper to taste. I'm going to put in about 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. And all that noise here in the background is my ratty animals being bad. Now I'm going to blend this together. Alright, I have my Ninja warming up on stovetop high. I'm going to dump 4 cups of water in the bottom of it. And here with the basket that came with the Ninja, I have roughly a 2.5 to 3 pound pork roast. I'm going to set that down in there. And that glaze that I mixed up a minute ago, I'm going to pour that over the pork roast. And I'm going to reserve half of it and put it on when it's halfway cooked. I'm going to put my lid on here. Now I'm going to turn this from stovetop high down to the oven setting. And that default's at 350, that's where I want it. Now I'm going to set my time for 40 minutes. And about 20 minutes into it, I'll take that cover off and I'll baste that with a little more of that glaze that I have, and I'll let it continue cooking. Alright, my 40 minutes are up. Halfway through at 20 minutes, I went in and basted this with the rest of that glaze. Now I'm going to stick my meat thermometer in here. And this here should be at least 145 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's see what it gets up to. Okay, this isn't quite there yet. It's only at 128 degrees. So I'm going to give it 10 more minutes with my cover back on there, and then we'll check it again. Alright, my pork roast is done. It's reading 152 degrees. So I'm going to get out of here and let it rest for 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll slice her up and see what we got. Alright, after this rests for 5 minutes, tin it with this aluminum foil. Now I'm going to go ahead and slice this up. Turn it on this way. And it's not very colorful because I didn't sear it in the pan or fry it. But I'm going to slice into it here. Can you guys see how juicy that is? You see that? I'm going to slice it all up. Okay, now that I have my roast all sliced up and it's as juicy and as beautiful as it can be, this sauce that was on the bottom of the Ninja, I went ahead and strained out the mustard that was in it, and I'm just going to glaze the top of my pork with that. And this has a nice sweet flavor to it, and this pork is smelling delicious. So let's go ahead and serve this up and see what we got. Alright, there you have it. Roasted pork with maple and mustard glaze in a Ninja 3-in-1 cooking system. Give this a try. I think you'll like it. And until next time, I'll see you.